What is up, my friends? My name is Equithrumi, and lately we've been talking a lot about miner farming, using mass miners at the Town Hall 10 level to get yourself a ton of loot. And I also do a lot of barch farming as well. So what we're going to talk about today, guys, is how to maintain yourself and your cups right in that perfect trophy range, which in my opinion is Crystal League, Crystal 1, 2, or 3. And what I'm going to do with you guys today is share some attacks that I use both to maintain that cup range and to get a ton of loot. And as you can see in this one right here, guys, beautiful base right here to attack. And I have my mass miners. They're all going in from the southeastern portion of the base. And look at this, 500,000 gold, 500 elixir, and 5,000 dark elixir, plus my bonus, which is not that large in the Crystal League, but really a profitable raid right here. Lots of that dark elixir. And with these miners, guys, I always go in as well. I shouldn't say always, but I often go in using 40 something miners on a dead base with 10 archers, and I often will have my king or my queen, whichever one is not upgrading at the time, and they go in on the base as well and sometimes distract. I usually don't have any issues, and as you can see right here, guys, these miners are just plowing right through this base. Defenses are all Town Hall 9 level from what I could see. Collectors are full and the expos are empty, which is a perfect recipe for a 100% 3-star gaining all that loot. Now the reason that I use miners is to gain cups and completely wipe out a base for 3 stars. The reason why I use Barch, which is a barbarian archer attack, which I'm going to show you guys next, is to lose cups and farm the collectors on the outside of the base. With the combination of miners, using miner farming, and using barch farming, I can keep myself in that cup range that I want, which is the Crystal League, and I can have all the loot that I want because that's the league that has all of it from my experience. So I basically will use my miners to gain cups, and then when I get a little bit too high, I start using my barch to drop down, get no stars, and it just maintains that perfect balance that is the recipe for success to get loot. And when you're a new Town Hall 10, guys, that's what you need to do, is get a ton of loot. So this is going to be that 100% right here. The cannon is the last thing to go. Plenty of miners left and a few archers as well. And that's the loot right there. Some solid loot using miners. It costs about 330,000 elixirs to farm with this miner attack. So right here I gained 200,000 elixir from that raid, including the gold and including the dark elixir as well. And then you get the barch farm, the barbarians and archers, and with this base right here, I just pick away at everything on the outside, and my goal is not to gain stars, it's to get all of the loot. So I drop my archers and my barbarians, I should say I drop my barbarians first, my archers behind, and they just clear out all of those collectors, stealing as much loot as possible. Sometimes you don't get it all because some things are behind walls, a little bit more difficult to get. I don't bring wall breakers, I just go straight in and clean up everything on the outside. I don't worry about defenses. All I worry about are those filled up collectors. So as you can see, I cleaned out that one side of the base. There's never a rush, there's plenty of time left. And often with Barch, you don't even need to use all the troops that you have cooked up. You could save some, saving more elixir for another raid. Now, this army right here, about of 240 barbarian / archer mix, it usually costs around 65,000 elixir, so a much cheaper army. But again, it drops you in cups, and when I start getting too low in crystal, I want to work my way back up so I can maintain that Crystal League, and that's when I jump over to the miners, guys. And as you can see, getting some good loot out of here. So far I've gotten 300,000 gold, 330 elixir, and almost 3,000 dark, and I still have a few more collectors to pick away at, which I'm doing right now in the southern portion of the base. So another really good raid, a very nice example as to how I farm with Barch. Some people go in with the wall breakers and a couple of giants and try and get themselves a star. Me, I personally don't care about the stars because that's what my miner attacks are for, and it keeps it fun, switching back between 2 different attack strategies. This one works well for me. As you can see, the loot that I gained right there, almost 400,000 elixir, almost 400,000 gold, and 3,000 dark. Pretty impressive loot. What I'm going to do right now, guys, is go in on a live barch farm. I have my my barch army cooked up, and there it is, about 147 barbarians and 83 archers. Cheaper that way, having more barbarians. So I'm going to go find a good base to raid, and I'm going to do it live with you guys. I'll be right back with that. And look at this, guys. The first base I run into right here is a beautiful one for Barch. Filled collectors on the outside. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put all my fingers down there, drop all these guys in, clear out those collectors right over here. A couple of the collectors are behind the wall, so I may not be able to get all of them, but there is some good loot in here, guys, and I'm gonna take as much of it as I can. Got my barbarians dropped in over here. Again, the archers behind, a thin wall of archers, a heavy finger on those barbarians so that they could provide nice cover for those archers. Now there is some dark elixir in this base as well, so I'm going to try and, that one's fairly empty, I'm not even going to waste my troops there, but I'm going to try and get some from up here, guys. So I'm going to put some barbarians in to take out those camps and those barracks, and a bunch of archers right up here to try and jump in there and grab that dark elixir. Let's see if I can get it out of there. It looks like I'm going to. Look at that, picking away at it, stealing that dark elixir. Worked out really nicely, and there's some elixir right over here too. I want that, so I'm going to throw in my barbarians to distract. And then I'm going to throw my archers, try and get them to target that. Mortars are your worst enemy with this attack strategy, guys. But look at that, stealing all of that elixir from over the wall. Is there another one I could do that with? We have some gold there. And there's gold here as well. I don't have many troops left, though. I want to save my king. So I think, you know what? I'll try and get it. We'll see. I only have 14, so I don't think I'm going to be able to. But we'll see what I can do. I'll throw some archers in behind, and I'm going to save a few so that I can target that gold storage in a second. Uh-oh, I didn't. There we go. Okay, there we go. They're going to steal some of that. The mortar seems to be distracted, at least for the most part, and I grabbed more gold. That looked very good right there, guys. As you can see, I'm full on elixir right now, so I don't even need to go do any more farming, but I'm gonna, just because it's fun. So there you go, 342,000 elixir, 221,000 gold, and only 749 dark. That is fine for a Barch attack. Now my miners are cooking up. I'm almost there with that army. Let's train something else up right now. I'm gonna quick train my miner farm. Actually, I can't because all the spells are done already, so I'll train it manually. I go in with 10 archers. There we go, and the rest are going to be miners, and I think it's 42 or 44. There it is. So in a little bit of time, how much time do we have? In 13 minutes, I'll be back, and we'll go in with that live miner farm. So, like I said, I'll be back with that in a second, guys. Now this, guys, looks like an excellent base for that mass miner. 600,000 gold, 700,000 elixir, and almost 4,000 dark. I don't want to mess this one up. I'm going to go in. I'm going to actually go in on this one. I'm going to go in on the wide side. So I'm going to go in right over here. And we're going to drop in all those miners. Got my poison ready. And this is a nice dead base here, guys. You can't ask for anything better than this. The loot is outstanding. And I'm going to try and take out as much of it as I can. I'm going to use my king with some archers behind to hopefully distract some of those defenses. Uh-oh, there is an inferno tower that's alive. Both of those infernos probably have a little bit of juice left in them. So I have to heal up my miners while they're underground approaching those infernos. So I'll do it right there. It's a good spot for a heal. And I only have one miner up top, so that's not exactly what I want to see. Now I got to get these miners on top of that inferno tower, and then I'm going to throw that heal spell. I'm hoping that I could at least get a lot of this loot. I don't have to get it all to be happy, you know, I just want a lot of it. I'm not going to be... Oh, one of those expos is still going, so let's throw these that heal on top of that as well. Don't want to mess this one up, guys. I want to get a lot of loot out of here, so even if I don't get the 100%, I want the loot. It looks like a lot of my miners died there in the core from that inferno tower. So I'm going to just heal these guys up. Hopefully, oh, my king is down. There's a heal for those last few miners, but this is actually going to be a struggle here. But I am going to be able to get some solid loot out of the base, even though I'm not getting 100% of it. I really thought that there were a few extra, I really thought that some of those defenses were down. Sorry, I'm just looking up at the cam now. But, and actually, a couple of them were still awake. But check this out, I'm still going to be able to pick away most of the loot from the outside there. So this base has not been dead for very long, being that there was still some juice there in the Inferno Tower and in one of those expos. So, hey, I did pretty well. One mine and one dark drill I'm not able to get to. And that one storage right there. So, but that's going to be it. I mean, that's going to be a decent amount of loot. I'm going to fill up probably probably both my gold and my elixir. I actually didn't even have enough space to get all that stuff there, guys. So really good raid, and I'm happy with the rewards from it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the 100%, so we'll end battle right there. Let's take a look at what I got. I got myself 72%, 530 gold, 630 elixir, 3,000 and change dark elixir. That's a profitable raid right there, guys. I got 300,000 elixir over what I spent, plus I didn't use one of those heal spells or my poison, I don't believe. So it was even more beneficial. But that's it right now, guys. So I wanted to just, like I said, share with you my Barch on my way down and my Mass Miner on my way up, just to maintain that Crystal League position. That's where I like to be, and that's just the best spot in my opinion for farming. I've had a lot of people in the comments and on Twitter asking me about this kind of stuff, so I figured I'd do a few videos on it, hopefully help you guys out. So come on down to Crystal League and get there using Barch, and while you're there, maintain that spot between the Mass Miner and the Barch. Of course, this is a Town Hall 10 farming strategy, because if you are at Town Hall 9, you don't yet have those miners, but you still can do Barch, and there's other Laloon type strategies you can use as well at Town Hall 9 to get a ton of loot, or Mass Loon, or Loonion. Those are all different strategies right there. But guys, that's been it for today. I hope you had a good time while you were here. I hope you learned something, and I hope, like I said, I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, because I come out with this stuff every single day. And on top of that, guys, I just started streaming a few nights ago. It was my first night live streaming here on YouTube, and it went so well. I was really excited about it. I'm always going to save those streams, so if you want to find them, they're under the live stream playlist. You can check them out. But that's been it, guys. I hope that I see all of you back here again tomorrow. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of the farming. And if you don't want to do it there, you can always hit me up on Twitter at EchoThroughMe. Guys, thanks so much. Big shout out to G Fuel right there, keeping me awake at this time of night with my blue, I forget what it is, blue raspberry or something like that. Whatever it is, it's keeping me up at 11:30 at night. So thank you, G Fuel, for that. And if you are interested, guys, the code for my G Fuel, you got that right there, so you could always check it out, save yourself 10%. Guys, thanks so much. I'll see all of you back here again tomorrow. Until then, be good.